news and reviews. Today on the show, we're going to be talking a little bit of Suicide Squad. This is the third entry in the DC Extended Universe, and just as the other two, it is the source of a lot of critical and fan debates with, middling review scores, but fans, screaming for Rotten Tomatoes to be shut down. Tomatoes to be shut down.
Fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
So fuck Rotten Tomatoes. So we are very, very excited to talk about this and give you guys all our thoughts. So let's just start a little bit here and explain what the Suicide Squad actually is for those of you guys who do not know. The Suicide Squad, also known as Task Force X in their earlier comic days, is set up by Amanda Waller, the head of government-ran agency Argus. And she gets convicted killers, murderers, metahumans, all that kind of stuff to do some good in a time of really, really, really bad. I really, really liked the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the casting was great. I felt the editing was a bit choppy. It had a couple of issues that we'll get to a little bit later. But overall, I really, really liked the movie. So, Lonnie, what did you think of the movie?
I liked it a lot. Actually, I loved it. Like, from the characters, the intro, the storyline in the beginning, the character development as the movie was going. I really liked it. The soundtrack was even awesome.
I was gonna say that soundtrack, fucking amazing. Yes. Great. I argue better than Guardians soundtrack. Yes. Like fucking every song they transitioned to, fucking I was tapping my foot. It was a great fucking soundtrack.
We had like 3 songs into it in the first like 7 or 8 minutes, and they were fucking
all of them
perfectly.
set the mood. All the transitions, the scenes, great. Very, very well shot. John, so what else did you think of the overall thoughts? What did you feel about the movie?
Well, Vic, thanks for asking.
You're welcome, buddy.
I actually, the beginning of the movie, I just totally dug. I mean, it was just like some hot boobies right in your face, like
it was good that way.
It was.
That's pretty good analogy, John.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
So, what I thought was that people gave it such a bad rap, but the movie, the storyline, the way they showed the backstories, I totally liked.
Backstories are really good.
Jeremy, what did you think overall?
Overall, really good. Definitely Harley Quinn stole the show.
Yeah, she did.
Just those really tight, short pants.
Yes, I agree.
Just her little bows.
I didn't have a thing for Harley Quinn, but now I do.
Her performance was fucking on
And Will Smith. Normally,
I thought we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Overall.
I'm done.
Okay, cool.
It was good.
So let's start with our thoughts on Will Smith as Deadshot. You overeager motherfucker. Okay.
I apologize. I should read this. This thing right here. I should read.
Okay. So Will Smith is one of my favorite actors. I believe he's one of the most charismatic fucking actors in the world. He could totally carry a movie by himself or with part of a collective group, as we saw today. He was perfect casting as Deadshot. He carried kind of the humanity of the movie, and he actually was a fleshed out character, had backstory, and we felt for him and the reasons why he was fighting.
Yes,
but he's also still a fucking asshole and a serial killer. So like he played that very well. Dude. And he was great in this ensemble cast, right?
Yes, I mean when they went up against those things, they didn't know what they were, and he was just on top of the car.
Everybody
stopped shooting.
Yeah,
everybody stopped shooting, and they were like watching him take out all these guys, and then it goes from that to a tearjerker moment about his daughter. Like that really got to me. I was like, holy shit! Like I mean, so it goes back and forth to him being like this badass, to then him just being a regular father, So
So Deadshot recently only showed up in what, Daredevil?
No, he was in Arrow.
I'm sorry,
a few episodes.
Arrow. So I think of him as that character at first, right? About 10 minutes into the film, I'm like, okay, Will Smith's
so much better.
And I was going into it knowing that he was Deadshot. I was totally like, nah, this is gonna be good. But even though it's Will Smith. But he pulled it off completely. I thought it was great. The motivation and everything.
Yes, exactly. And then, but also with that, I was with you on that, and then I went from that to Assault on Arkham, where like when Harley Quinn was flirting with him, because in that animated movie, they hook up and stuff. So,
she yells Yahtzee when she has an orgasm.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So anyway, so the flirtation there goes to you start thinking about that. So it's
kind of like that.
Awesome.
A little bit more crazy though.
Yeah.
That's okay. What did you think of Deadshot?
Oh, I really liked it. I thought he nailed it, but Will Smith usually does. And I think that with, I really liked the relationship between Harley and
Or what they were flirting, what they're kind of alluding to.
And the feeling he had for her, you know what I mean? I mean,
he cared. He could have shot her in that one when she was getting away.
And then he looks at that chick. He's like,
I missed. I
like
Oopsie
daisy.
Kevin Boomer's like, good one, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Will Smith was one of two that stole the show. The other being clearly Margot Robbie. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of excitement to see Harley Quinn finally portrayed in a movie. Now, for those of you who don't know, Harley Quinn didn't originate in the comics. She actually became a character in the 1990s Batman the Animated Series, and she was so beloved and accepted by the fans, they actually officially created her in the comic canon. So this was the first time that we got to see her.
Very beloved.
Very beloved. Yeah. And I feel like she really did her research, Margot Robbie, because some of her line delivery was exactly the way the voice actress did Harley Quinn in the animated series. So every now and then, like every third word, she would throw something out like that, and I would literally lose it because I was like, oh my god, she did her homework, she fucking cares, she is Harley Quinn. She did a perfect mix behind the sexy and the crazy, and it was just blended perfectly. It was never overly sexualized, and it was never overly crazy. Like she balanced it perfectly well. So obviously, I'm a big fan of her take on the character.
Perfect amount of sexy.
Lonnie?
I thought she was perfect. It wasn't over sexual, but it was just enough. I think you said that also. And just all the little things that she did, like the bow. I mean, all the little, like the way she talked, the mannerisms, and then when she did that bow, I was like, oh my god, this is freaking Harley Quinn right there. Like, perfect. So, yeah. So that's what my thoughts are on Harley Quinn.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn, you know what? The thing about Harley Quinn is she was always a sexual being. From even in the cartoon, her character was a lot of sexuality, and the way she talked was sexy. Now, Mr. J, and all that was sexier than fuck. Margot Robbie knocked it out of the fucking park. I know. I went Lois Lane.
One thing I want to throw out there: a lot of people were kind of pissed that they didn't have her classic gesture costume in the movie. But not only did it do a quick cameo when she held it up, they actually showed her in it briefly. My take on that, they showed her in it. She was wearing it. And the scene when they were explaining how her and Joker hooked up and became, a couple, and they showed
she had a hammer too.
She had everything. Yep. Now, I will say this, I like that they threw her in it to show us, but in seeing it in action, I get why they went with a different costume design, because it did look a little tacky. It would have. So, like, I love that they did the fan service by throwing that out there, because I know that was one of the many moments that, like, I cheered. But I just wanted to acknowledge the gesture costume is briefly shown if that's what you wanted to see.
And another thing, okay, I wasn't even going to bring this up, but I looked at an article after I saw the movie where some lady, obviously jealous that she's probably a troll and Margot Robbie is hot, was talking about how she was being, what's the word I'm looking for? Over-sexualized. In her role and saying it took away from her talent. No, it did not. She had to be talented to pull off Harley Quinn the way she did. That girl can act.
Yes, I assume the person who wrote that article never read a comic book, because that is
what
part
I
of the character.
Exactly.
That's like being mad that Batman's angry all the time. So, I mean...
Why does Batman brood?
Nowadays, okay, I'm not going to get on a whole feminist thing here, but just because a character is depicted a certain way doesn't mean it's going against every single woman or trying to put a woman in her place. We'll touch on that a little bit when we do our Killing Joke review. For the character, that's exactly how she should be depicted. The sexualized version of her is there. That's a part of her. That's a part of who she is, and that's what should be portrayed for the character. Okay. So, now that we touched on that, let's move on. Or do you have another point to make?
No.
Okay. Let's move on to little Mr. J. So let's talk about Jared Leto's Joker. Again, another point of contention and conflict and hype, wanting to see if it would meet the standards of Heath Ledger's Joker. So one thing that I want all of you guys to keep in mind is there are many, many different versions and interpretations of the Joker in the comics. Depending on who the artist is, depending on how he's written, we see various versions of him, okay? So I'm okay with actor to actor, the version of the Joker varying slightly. In this performance, we did see some snippets of Heath Ledger's Joker. We saw a little bit of Jack Nicholson. We saw a little bit of Mark Hamill. We saw a little bit of everything. Overall, I dug it. I liked the mannerisms. I liked the laugh. The laugh was great. Yeah. I will say, though, that I still say the tattoos and the chains and all that were a bit much, only because I feel somebody as crazy as the Joker wouldn't sit perfectly still for the hours it takes to get those tattoos done. But minor nitpick, overall, it worked for me. and it complemented Harley Quinn very well. So starting with you, Jeremy, what
The
did you think of the Joker?
the first like 30 or 40 minutes of the
This way
Joker,
and you went that way.
I wasn't into, but he came into his own. Like it feels like we're just being introduced to him.
Yes.
And you know, you got to forget the previous Jokers. This is Jared Leto's Joker. I can't speak right now because I'm drunk. So
Let's just
this is a whole new Joker,
I'm
and I love it.
mildly buzzed.
Yeah.
Lonnie's really buzzed.
No, not.
Homeboy is drunk. All right,
Anyway.
so
Yes, this is Jared Leto's Joker. Joker. Not Joker.
Keep going,
Keep
bro.
going.
You got this.
We're gonna keep
But you know what?
going.
It's good. It's really good. I like it. I want to see
Just say
a
reasons.
movie,
Say
another
reasons.
Bat. You know, reasons, right?
There you go.
No, but I want to see a Joker movie, or a movie centered around Joker as the bad guy, and of course Harley Quinn coming back, and just those two team up, and they're the focus of the entire movie, along with, of course, Ben Affleck's Batman. There you go. I made it through without actually stumbling too much.
that's incorrect,
amazing.
but okay.
Yes, exactly.
Sean, go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah.
of the Joker?
You're doing good. Oh man, I love my job sometimes.
gooder.
He did do gooder.
Zoom's better and he did better. Deep cuts. All right, John.
So,
Whatever.
you know what? I'm going to agree with my inebriated friend right here. They did a great job of introducing
Oh, more shots.
Mr. J.
Bad.
Nobody talking
My
about
only other complaint about the Joker, I would say, is he felt like just a tad shoehorned into this. I did like the spots that he was popping out, trying to get Harley Quinn back, trying to rescue her from prison and all that. But I felt like he was just there for the sake of having him there. There was lots of stuff and lines of dialogue that he delivered in the trailers and TV spots that weren't in the movie. And Jared Leto actually came out and said that a lot of his scenes got cut. On that note, a lot of the editing was a bit choppy, so I would love them to put out an extended cut of this movie, hopefully a rated R version. I feel like we'd get a lot more Joker, because while I did enjoy his Joker, I wanted more. I felt like it wasn't enough. I feel like that might have been on purpose, though, to leave you wanting.
I think this is going to be exactly like the Batman vs. Superman.
Where the extended cut's going to be
you
much
get the
better.
Blu-ray and you're like, oh, okay, this is what it's supposed to be like. This is going to be good.
Which, again, going to your argument of why the fuck don't they just put out 3-hour movies in theaters?
Exactly.
The issue being is the amount of showtimes that they can have per movie.
Yeah.
They can make more money on more showtimes. But
I
I'm like, you know
understand,
what?
but if you
Michael
fuck
Bay
up
don't
on-
give a fuck. He puts out shitty 3-hour Transformers movies every fucking other year. So why the fuck can't we
and
just get a
on
good
that
DC
point,
movie?
On that point, how long were the Lord of the Rings movies?
Optimus Prime.
How long were the
Badass,
Lord of the Rings
whatever.
movies every single time?
3.5 fucking hours.
Exactly. And you know what? People ate that shit up. They went and saw it 8 times in a row, you know, in the same weekend.
The movie's good. Fuck you,
You know,
critics. The movie's good.
Yeah, it's
We'll-
good. It's good.
We'll watch it.
But you cut a movie up so much, and it becomes shit.
It gets hard to follow.
Or at least
Because there
not
were a
that
couple
good.
flashbacks. There were a couple
I mean,
flashbacks
to
that
be
you
fair,
could tell
this
were out
wasn't
of place.
shit. It was
no,
a
it
really
was
good
really
movie.
good. But there were a
But-
couple flashbacks that were a bit out of place.
Okay.
You're right, but you know, if they made it as good as it could have been without the cuts, then it was.
I feel like it's a BBS
People
thing, okay?
would go and see
This,
it over
I
and
feel
over
like
and
this
over
movie,
again.
we don't give number ratings, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like, to me, this was a solid 8. I feel like an extended cut can be
Yeah.
like a 9.5.
The Joker. Okay, Jared Leto's Joker. At first, I was questioning it.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was questioning it at first because I wasn't really sure.
I don't think...
Okay, right, 12 reset.
Okay.
1,
That was awesome.
5,
Yeah.
4,
Dang it.
3, 2.
So I was questioning Jared Leto
So back
as
to the
Joker.
railroad now.
God damn it! Would you let me finish saying something, please?
3, 2, 1.
So Jared Leto as Joker, I was kind of
Fucking
questioning
nailed
it
it.
at first, and then I started.
3, 2, 1, go.
Jared Leto as Joker, I was kind of questioning it at first, but then after a while, after watching it, I was like, okay, you know what? I can actually see him as Joker, even with the tattoos and the jewelry. I think
You're
if we
actually
actually took the
beautiful.
time, thank you. If we actually took the time to look
wonder why
at the
he just said he
tattoos
don't know this
on
movie.
Joker to see what they actually said, or like
They're a little too on the nose,
I
dude.
don't know. I mean, they're probing symbolic to
No,
to the whole.
okay,
thing. There's
I'm not to
something
try to
it.
argue here,
Okay.
but they are symbolic. Did
But
you
I
see
think-
the Ben Affleck photo, like those Photoshop, where he came out with a shirt off, and it was like, if Batman had the same tattoos, and it was like, I miss my parents, I'm Batman, I'm Batman, I'm Batman, I'm Batman,
Oh,
I'm
that's
Batman,
right.
I'm Batman.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
come on, come the fuck on. They're
That's
a little
pretty
much.
badass.
They're a
I
little
don't think
much.
that much. This is a modernized Joker.
Yeah.
With the chains, with the fucking tattoos, like come on, like people need to get
And
over
the
this.
grill.
Seriously, get over the old Joker. Like this is the new Joker. This is a modernized Joker. Get over it. Just accept this Joker. Okay, I talked to somebody before we even went to see the movie. He's like, "Oh, this Joker's too muscle bound. He fights."
No, Joker can fight. Joker can fight.
This Joker didn't fight.
No, but nonetheless, Joker has surprising hand-to-hand combat ability. He can fight.
I'm talking about the video game, but if this was the actual so there was no fighting in this, okay? And when he shot, it wasn't like accurate shooting. He was just shooting in a crazy with an AK, just like going crazy, laughing. That's what Joker does.
Okay, this goes back to the Batman versus.
Respect me. Respect my authority.
Okay, all right, hold up. This goes back to the original Batman versus Superman argument, right?
I have been.
So
that's sad.
Really?
There was
1966 Batman,
yes.
right? And the Joker.
He surfed.
There was Bam and Pow on the screen.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Right.
You're comparing this to the original. It doesn't work.
I feel like the comparison is gonna be wow. The comparison is gonna be Heath Ledger's Joker. That's what the comparison is gonna be. Okay?
Yes,
that's what. And it shouldn't, because every interpretation is allowed to be different. Now, Heath Ledger's Joker is still my favorite Joker. Yes, but because in that grounded version of Nolan's DC universe, it worked fucking phenomenally. This, I feel, will work in the Snyder fucking DC extended universe.
If anyone came out with Heath Ledger's Joker spot on, they would be pissed because they were taking over a dead dude's performance.
Jared Leto took this character and he ran with it.
And he made it his.
He made it his, exactly.
Yeah.
So this, like I said, is a modernized Joker. This Joker works for this movie.
It does. It very much works for this movie. This version has to be different. It needs to be different, because if it's the same as fucking Heath Ledger's, that's all that the comparisons would be. And that'd be bullshit.
I agree completely.
How do you feel about that?
Alright, so let's move on.
Alright.
What other characters stood out to you? Me personally, I feel like Diablo had a lot to do.
Oh,
It had actually a fleshed out backstory,
Yeah.
and we cared. So I feel like Diablo was cool. I feel like Amanda Waller was portrayed fucking accurately and awesomely.
Mm-hmm.
So those stood out to me. What do you guys think stood out to you?
So, okay, honestly, first of all, the cast was awesome. The casting of all these characters were awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna go into it. So Amanda Waller was awesome. She was like, she was badass. I mean, when she took the shots to the heads, to those, spoiler alert, but when she took the shots to the head and shot all those people in the head that were behind those computers, and just like, just freaking gangster. And then Deadshot was like, that was fucking gangster. So I like her for that. Anyway, Deadshot was awesome, and it shows what he could do, right? And he's just taking out everybody. I already said what I thought about Joker. Enchantress,
very good character.
Enchantress was a very good character.
Her brother was stupid.
I was wondering who the hell her brother was. So, and then Midway City, I don't know, what that city was, so I need to look into that some more.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl, that's where they're from.
Oh, okay, cool. So, and then Croc, I love Croc. Seriously, the betrayal of Croc.
Like a big black guy?
Yeah, he's pretty badass. No, but he's badass, though. He's like, he wasn't like... Really
no, he was great, but he was never portrayed as a black person.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what color he's portrayed.
It was fucking hilarious that his request was BET.
Yeah, that was funny. I laughed at that. I
like that Amanda Waller, shoulder bumped him. That was great.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a fuck. They portrayed her very well.
Yes.
A couple things.
One thing, a couple other things. And then, get pissy. Seriously, what?
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Anyway, a couple other things I want to say is only other thing I want to say is not about the characters, but every helicopter that crashed in this did not explode. But if it was a Michael Bay movie, everything would
sparks, fucking
explosions everywhere.
Somehow people would survive it.
Yeah, those things that they were shooting, they would have exploded. Everything would have exploded, and so that's all I want to say about that.
Okay, John, what character stood out to you?
Thank you.
I like Del Diablo. I didn't expect him to have the depth that he had in it.
Yeah, I actually cared about him.
Got to put a shout out. Jay Hernandez, you kicked the fuck out of that part.
Like that.
I did like Amanda Waller, but what I really liked, I liked the depth of that guy. And I have to go back to Joker. I honestly believe that they did, when they cut the scenes out, I think they're making it so they come back to do a little more in a different movie. I'm fucking so hoping it's Batman. I'm just saying.
Before I let Jeremy talk, because it's going to be bullshit anyway, I just want to say that Enchantress was done very well.
She was,
the costume design was great. Her brother, though, when he reached his final form, as you would call it, his face looked stupid. The rest of the body design looked great. His face looked very stupid. She looked great, and spoilers, she was the villain of the movie. Really, really well done. But Jeremy, who else stood out to you?
Really well done.
Okay, again, Amanda Waller, because I've seen her in Arrow, right?
Yeah.
And this is an older version of her.
Yeah.
And
More accurate to the comics, though.
Yes.
Way more accurate to the comics.
And she's willing to do whatever it fucking takes to protect the country, even if it's really fucked up.
Yeah.
And of course, Harley Quinn and Jared Leto.
I
actually grew to love Jared Leto's part as a Joker.
Yeah. Good,
At
right?
first, I was like, he's not the main character. That's kind of stupid. But yet, the entire time he's trying to save her, I like that.
Right.
Well, because their relationship in the comics is sick and twisted. And there's a big debate online whether or not there's actual love there. Right. Clearly, there's some kind of love on Harley's end, but there's a question whether or not there's on his. Because what is really sad is, in a way, she's his greatest victim, because he will never love her, in some people's opinions, the way she does him.
And that really came across in the movie.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it, and I had never read the comics.
And so the fact that it was portrayed that way to somebody who's not a big comic fan, I think is a win for the movie, because it hit an emotional note for those characters that I honestly didn't think was going to be in this movie. I thought it was going to be more of an over-the-top mess. And
the scene where they're above the vats of the chemicals.
He was walking away.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, would you do anything for me? Yeah. And she's like, yes, I would. And he's like,
okay, well, would you live for me?
Yeah, exactly. Would you live for me? And he's like, okay, let's do this. And she's like, yeah, I'm really into it. You know?
And she did just.
And she just did it. You know?
And what's great, though,
and he was like,
yeah, he was leaving at first.
I'll keep you around.
But then he stopped and was like, and went back.
Right.
The great thing about that is, you comic fans know, that was New 52 version of her origin story. In the regular version of her story, she never went into the chemicals or anything like that. She was a brilliant psychologist and was just manipulated and became a victim of his. So it was really cool that they incorporated that in there. I thought
Did she get the shock therapy from him in the comics?
Well, he tortures her and shit. I mean, there's different variations.
Okay, so that's how she loses her mind.
Well, that and he just fucks her up so bad emotionally, she just loses it.
Well, let's move on. The chemicals, I don't think they were just for her going crazy. Wasn't that for the pigment of her skin?
That's true, but I think it had it.
It has a psychological effect on the character too, because as we'll touch on our Killing Joke review here, that will
and that goes back to the acting of Margot Robbie. She was clearly somewhat sane in that scene before she.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, she was clearly sane somewhat before she jumped into the vats.
Yes. She's surrendering herself to him, which is sad because in a way, again, that makes her
she was kind of messed up because she manipulated her.
Yeah. She allowed herself to become manipulated, so yes. But I feel like for the portrayal that they were going for that New 52 version, it actually worked very well in a cinematic standpoint. Because I feel like in a movie like this, you need a visual representation of the transition of the character.
Yes.
And that
visual
representation.
Did
I swear that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, because
we're just elaborating.
Some people wouldn't necessarily see it. So, but when he rose up and Joker lost it laughing, you can tell that was when she stopped being Dr. Harley Quinzel and became Harley Quinn.
But that visual representation was really important,
as I called her one time in our last video. So I think we're all agreeing that was pretty good. So let's touch on
the critics
score. So this currently sits at a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
You know what? Hey, no. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Fuck the critics.
Wait, let me finish my spiel.
Everybody talks about Roxas.
Let me finish my spiel. It sits at a 26% critically on Rotten Tomatoes, which is 1% lower than Batman vs Superman. Currently sits on a 74% user rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and I believe a 7.4 on IMDb. So I think what we're seeing here is a clear divide between critics and fans on the DC Extended Universe. Because the same thing kind of happened in BVS. More fans were pissed about BVS, but I know a lot that love BVS, 4 of us included. And I feel like because they're taking a different approach, in tone and cinematography and just the way these movies are shot and written, critics don't like it. They feel like the Marvel formula is the only formula to go by. And I think that's bullshit, because you need to be different. In a world where you have options, it can't all be the same thing. Otherwise, what the fuck are we doing? I loved this take on the Suicide Squad and the DC Extended Universe as a whole. And, everything that I saw leading up to this movie was nothing but hype and excitement. So I wouldn't be surprised if when Wonder Woman comes out, that's sitting at a 20% also, even if it's a great fucking movie.
Right.
So I'm getting to the point where, it's frustrating and it's pissing me off, because you want your movie that you know is great to sit at an 80-something, 90-something rating, like the Dark Knight series. But, fuck them. If the critics don't like them, and you do, then the movie did its job. right? If you enjoyed yourself, if you had fun with this movie, then the movie did its job.
So there was a character that was in here that you could tell was going to be killed off because there was nothing about him. Like he came out of the car, punched the female. And
I'm gonna give you a high five if you name him. What was his name?
I don't even fucking know.
Because I keep calling him Warpath, and that. Who?
What?
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
There.
Master Turk.
Matt Turk.
There you go.
Run around. Do a high five on the table. Matt Turk, our boy, fucking kept that for us.
From the VIP section.
There's a reason he's in the VIP.
So Slipknot, you could tell he was not a major character. They barely said anything about him until he came out of the car, and then you could tell he was going to get killed. Like,
keep going on. We're good.
Did you take the rest of that?
Wow, really? Like you can't just keep going. You can't have professionalism.
You may finish.
I'm just playing. On my face. Oh, phrasing.
Oh, wouldn't be the first time. Boom, go.
Oh, let's see. Sometimes I hate these guys, and sometimes I love them. So anyway, only for you, big dark chocolate man. Or you know,
wow.
Sexual chocolate.
Will you finish what
Milk
in the
chocolate.
fuck you're saying? You easily distracted motherfucker.
Why don't you go mow some lawns?
I can mow a lawn and shoot the video, unlike a lot of you
You
non-multitasking
racist
bitches.
motherfucker.
Guys,
Keep going. Let's keep going. We're almost done. We're almost done.
Shiny.
You're the
Shiny.
racist motherfucker.
Shiny.
Shiny.
Finish what you were
The
saying.
movie was good.
It's okay, baby.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, my overall thoughts, like I just said, with all the characters, I don't think they had too many characters. So what a lot of people think, like they didn't show enough of all the characters, like what they could do, all their powers, and they didn't use them enough. But people want too much. People want too much all at once. Like, give it a freaking rest. Like, there's going to be other movies. So let this movie just let it soak in. Just take this movie for what it is, right?
Praising boom.
Just take it.
Praising boom.
Take it all.
Over and over again. Anyway, just take the movie for what it is, and then like, just let it marinate, and then there's another movie that will come up that will show us probably some more stuff from all these characters. I don't know why people want everything all at once. They want to take it all when half the time they can't take it all. They only take part of it, just the tip.
I think what my compadre here is trying to say is people. Expectation versus reality. They want everything in this movie, and then if they get everything they want, they're going to complain that it's oversaturated.
Right.
And if they don't get exactly what they want, they're going to complain that it didn't have anything that they wanted. So, you're welcome, buddy. So, I feel like you should watch The Suicide Squad, appreciate it for what it is. Some characters weren't as prominent as others, but you know what? The main ones that you want, Deadshot, fucking Harley Quinn, Joker, they were prominence, and you got a very good example of what they're going to be in the DC Extended Universe. To me personally, this movie was fun. I had a smile on my face the entire time. There was lots of DC Universe references in it, so again, kind of like with Batman v Superman, if you're not the most DC-orientated person, you might miss a bit of that. But for a DC fan like myself, I was loving every single reference that was in it, from Midway City to fucking Flash to Batman. All that, it was great. This was the first movie that felt like part of a gigantic universe.
Yes.
Marvel's pulled that off for a while now because they just have 13 fucking movies, and this was the first one that I felt was very interconnected. It was fun. It was exhilarating. I had a great time with it. It had some pacing and editing issues, but overall it was really, really, really good. I feel like an extended cut would be better. Overall, I can't wait for a sequel. I'm excited. To me, the DC Extended Universe is 3 for 3. If you disagree with me, tell me why in the comments, and also fuck you. So, John, final thoughts.
No, I'm just joking. So, my final thoughts are very good movie, well put together. Fuck you, Rotten Tomatoes. And I'd like to do
Professionalism. Look at the camera.
Like
Wait,
your eyes.
Vic is giving John the final word. Is this the first?
Oh, don't worry, he'll have more to say.
There's
trust me.
multiple final
So-
words.
Yeah.
What else I
He'll
liked
tell us
was
what he meant to say in a minute.
Animal.
Okay.
Mic drop.
So
Okay.
there is.
Xbox! Sorry, go ahead.
This is beginning with Batman versus Superman and the Suicide Squad. This is starting a disturbing trend that we have to wait for the Blu-ray release to see the actual movie.
Great point, yeah.
And I want to see the actual movie.
In theater.
What it was supposed to be.
Fuck it, 3.5 hours. I don't
Yeah.
care.
People sat through Titanic. Why the fuck would they sit through this?
Exactly.
Movie, right?
The highest grossing film up until when?
2009's Avatar.
Exactly.
Rain Man.
Well, with Rain Man.
Fuck you, Encyclopedia. Like,
Right.
Jesus. Yeah. Why do we have to wait? Why can't we just see it in theaters? Hell, show 2 versions. I don't care.
I'll
wanna
go to
see
the extended version.
Yes. Anyway, because if the first version is going
What are we doing?
to... if the first version is going to fuck up your sales, and nobody's going to want to watch it, then leave it alone.
Well, to talk about sales though, it generated 20.5 million in Thursday night previews alone, so it's gonna hit roughly 140 to 145 million domestic opening weekend, which would shatter the 94.6 opening weekend of Guardians of the Galaxy for an August record. So it's gonna make money, and while it'll probably top out at about, in my humble opinion, 600 to 700 million, that's still fucking fantastic. And a lot of people compare the box office of Batman v Superman as being middling, but if you look at their first 3 movies in the fucking DC Extended Universe, you have 665 million from Man of Steel, 872 million from Batman v Superman, and I would say at least 600 and plus million of this movie. That is outpacing Marvel's first 3 movies by a fucking mile. So people are watching these fucking movies.
How long was it?
I think they're only gonna get better.
How long was this last movie?
2 hours.
Just
It was-
210?
Yeah.
And then how long was
BVS?
BVS?
The original cut was 230 and some change. The extended cut was 3.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie should have been 230 easy.
Well, like he was saying,
Exactly, I agree
if you
wholeheartedly.
put different options in the theater. They already have 3D and regular, so why won't you put extended and?
Because I'm gonna say, show of hands,
Yeah.
who would have went to the extended cut?
Yeah.
You're gonna stand on the.
Well, we're all waiting to see the extended cut of BVS.
I already saw it 3 times.
Oh, exactly. Oh, exactly.
Flowed much.
And we
better from
love
scene
the
to scene.
original,
And
too.
I already love the original.
I don't know about you guys, but Lonnie and I went to Regal Cinema, and we sat through 45 minutes of fucking commercials.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Not just trailers,
How many
not
times have I
just
got to see an
previews.
Audi commercial? Holy
Oh,
fuck!
didn't you go
But
to
just-
the ones?
Yeah, but not just I'm okay sitting through a half hour of trailers because I
No,
like
this is
trailers.
commercials.
No,
I go
to a
you have
theater not
20
to watch
minutes of commercials.
Yeah.
Hey, Jon Snow, I get it. You got a paycheck from
There
Acura.
you
Also,
go.
suck
You
my
have
dick.
the same
Like,
commercial,
I don't
yeah.
want to buy a fucking Acura, okay? If I had that kind of money, I wouldn't buy an Acura. It is okay to like Marvel and DC. It is okay to like Camaro and Mustang, Coke, Pepsi, whatever the fuck it is. It's okay to like both. You could even, I'm gonna fucking rock your world here. You could have a preference, but still like the other one.
That's true.
We love Suicide Squad. We can't wait for the next fucking DC Extended Universe movies, which next year should be Justice League and Wonder Woman. I think both of those are going to be great. I think both of those are going to be less than 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. And again, Rotten Tomatoes can suck my dick.
Right.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining us on this episode of the world's greatest news and reviews. I apologize to you and all our fans for seeing the progressiveness of our drunkenness on this video. This will be our first drunk video review.
Ravel!
Back to the pile. But, as always, if you like what you saw here, and you want to watch more, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, be part of our Tins and fans. Thank you for watching us on the world's greatest news and reviews. Good night.
And I liked how I did also like the way they did the cameos. Batman just showed out and fucking.
When and where, baby?
DS.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh.
So Batman just
Degeneration. Sorry, go ahead.
break it down.
Bam!
Professionalism, right?
Yeah.